that card, rightfully so. And now Gnimsh has to have a Frostbolt to answer this Knife Juggler because Firebat is going on the aggression.
Oh, this is going to be huge. If this Knife Juggler lives, then Clockwork Gnome and Voidwalker come next turn, protecting the Juggler.
This is forcing a trade though on Firebat's part. He does have to trade that Knife Juggler away. He's gonna maximize the amount of damage he gets off of it, but I'm curious, do you just go face and force him to make the trade now that it's on 1 health after those amazing juggles? I mean, you see this is pretty much the best outcome for you. And between Abusive Sergeant and Hunted Creeper, you can probably guarantee a trade on anything before Blast Mage comes down.
Yeah, I think even if Gnimsh, I mean, playing a 3-drop and a 2-drop this turn is huge though. The tempo gain is insane.
Not that insane when you consider the current board state. Like, oh wow. This is going to be a really close game, but I feel like the Doomguard with an empty hand could like make it wildly in Firebat's favor. Just based off of that specific one. And look at this, a perfect trade. The Spider Tank will go down to the Clockwork Gnome. Multiple minions with 1 health, one of them will come back. Gnimsh forced in a position where Blast Mage does nothing. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah. And we're still waiting for Gnimsh's cards, but
I somehow am doing fine without it. I get I guess it's kind of fun to try to figure out what Gnimsh might be playing with. And look at this board right now. Firebat getting himself the Haunted Creeper. Did you want to tap here, knowing that your turn 5 could be just Implosion, but if you want to get out that Doomguard as soon as possible, then playing the Rusty Horn is obviously a bit better.
I don't exactly know why he wanted to play the Horn, because you don't really care about the card that you're gonna discard by playing the Doomguard, because you're never gonna get to Fatigue. But if your deck has a lot of high value cards like Doomguards, Implosion, and other important drops that you really want to avoid discarding, then I can understand.
Yeah, the only weakness to the board here is the Blast Mage play. Like, if something like a 1 or 2 drop mech comes down, and Firebat gets Blast Mage, this is a pretty bad spot for him. But I'm looking at the board right now, and I feel like... Oh, wow. Is this a Scarred Crusader Blood Knight turn, and you just go full face with those 1/1s? Or is Blast Mage too dangerous and you have to trade into it? Oh, that Blast Mage could be painful.
I like this because pinging the 3/1 seems like good value for Gnimsh, but he can't afford to just play 5 mana worth of stuff this turn.
If he has a Blast Mage, this is purely over. Alright, so he gets a Fireball ping and the Yeti that stays. Firebat though, he's going to capitalize on those 1/1's ability to deal damage, and Gnimsh has to use a 4/5 to deal 1 damage. That's a massive overkill.
Oh, this Argus is going to be quite nice.
Do you have to play it though? I mean, you're already you committed to a super aggressive game plan. You Doomguard tap and that replenishes your hand, so you can just keep going on the further turns. Your health total is so high, you can tap forever.
Yeah, okay. And I guess with the 1/1s you have,
you eventually lethal him with 1/1s. This is kind of sad, but it's gonna happen.
You kind of know that Gnimsh doesn't have the Blast Mage, because the last 2 turns would have been so good for it.
They would have been amazing, but in the case where Blast Mage was played, the Yeti might have lived. So I guess Firebat was, the Blood Knight might have lived. So either way, Firebat was sort of okay with it. I'm looking at this right now, and the amount of damage Firebat can muster is pretty... Uh-oh, Nerubian Egg top deck. Oh, Direwolf Alpha, that'll do it. Wait, that's
this
4,
is 7
5, 6. Yeah, he's 2 off lethal.
Blast Mage... worst scenario, he just plays a Direwolf and trades a Creeper into it, so doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, he plays Direwolf and just gets rid of it right away. And then, replaces the 2 damage that would have dealt by the other one moving next to it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you kill the Tinkertown here?
You could play the board control game, but your Doomguard's dying to the Yeti. So I guess it's fine. Ultimately, you're still left with 8 damage on board, 9 damage on board if he trades with the 5/4. Then he has to ping the 2/1. I still think Blast Mage can turn this game around. And
Yeah, I
Firebat probably has
guess
many top decks here.
I guess it really depends what Firebat has in his deck. If he runs Dark Bombs, I guess going all face would have been pretty good,
Yeah.
especially if he. But if he doesn't run Soul Fires but only Dark Bombs, then hoping for those only 2 cards, relying on them to have lethal, might have been.
Is this gonna be a fireball? Oh, this is actually a pretty awkward feeling fireball from him. She has to do it just to make sure that... the thing is he's overkilling, right, by 2. The Doomguard had only 4 health left, and overkilling when fireball is one of your crucial damage dealers never feels good. And Gnimsh is gonna be greedy here, gonna not play around the Dark Bomb. This is the greediest play I've seen in ages. And he finds lethal off the top with Abusive Sergeant, Direwolf Alpha. Trading with that 4/1, that 4 attack minion would have been probably safer, less greedy, but you leave the Direwolf